This podcast is a work of historical interpretation. While we strive for accuracy, some aspects of history are open to interpretation and debate. Thank you for listening. If you've ever seen a product claiming to cure everything, from fatigue to cancer, you're witnessing a tradition rooted in American history that's over 2 centuries old.
Because fake science didn't sneak into American life. It moved in early, unpacked its bags, and started selling tonics.
This episode highlights the importance of skepticism and scientific integrity to help the audience recognize and prevent the harm caused by fake science in America.
Recognizing how often real science was ignored or mocked can inspire the audience to value and uphold scientific integrity today.
And by audience, we mean you guys.
You're our audience.
This is the story of snake oil salesmen, miracle cures, and medical fraud.
Understanding the human cost of medical fraud and racial exploitation should evoke empathy and motivate the audience to value scientific accuracy.
We're hoping.
Science is a thing.
One thing we need to be clear about. People weren't necessarily stupid for believing fake science.
Yes, they were. They were responding rationally to bad options by responding irrationally.
Primary sources from colonial America reveal doctors openly admitting they didn't understand the causes of most diseases, highlighting early medical uncertainty.
Leeches.
Yes.
In 1793, yellow fever epidemic in Philadelphia is a perfect example.
Philadelphia was the capital of the United States at the time and one of the largest cities in the country.
By the end of the epidemic, an estimated 5,000 people were dead, about 10% of the city's population.
More than 20,000 residents fled the city, including members of the federal government.
Doctors had no idea that mosquitoes spread yellow fever. Germ theory didn't exist yet.
No, it didn't. Many believed the diseases came from rotting coffee at the docks, bad air, or, my favorite, moral failure.
I mean, the rotting coffee would definitely cause the moral failure.
That is true.
Which would then also have, the bad air. As opposed, for reference to the amount of hot air that would be everywhere.
Okay.
This idea, called miasma theory, said disease floated through the air as poisonous vapor.
Doctors disagreed violently. Some prescribed bleeding, aka the leeches Dan mentioned. Others mercury, which is like a literal poison for the human body. And others just isolation. You go over there now.
Did they get prescribed whiskey while they were isolated?
Well, that we'll definitely be talking about.
Good. But at this point, were they?
I don't know.
Enter Benjamin Rush, a doctor who bled patients until they fainted. He documented this proudly in his own journals.
And many patients died anyways, even though that was supposed to save them.
When official medicine couldn't explain or stop the disease, people looked elsewhere, underscoring the importance of distinguishing credible science from pseudoscience today.
That desperation created the perfect environment for snake oil, miracle tonics, and medical fraud.
So when a seller showed up saying, no bloodletting, no knives, no pain?
That sounded like progress, but no. The term snake oil comes from the 19th century medicine shows, not from science.
Real snake oil existed in Chinese traditional medicine and was made from Chinese water snakes, which contain omega-3 fatty acids.
But America's snake oil rarely contained any kind of snake.
That's false advertised.
Yes, it is. But didn't matter back then. Which we'll also talk about later.
It doesn't matter now either.
Fair.
Laboratory tests later showed that many bottles contained only mineral oil, alcohol, turpentine, or capsaicin.
Many people unknowingly became addicted while treating common illnesses.
Won't they get addicted to it, not just the alcohol?
Oh, or other, like your next line.
Mothers gave opiate-based syrups to teething babies.
Civil War veterans treated pain with morphine-laced tonics and developed lifelong addictions.
At that time, addiction was seen as a moral failure, not a medical condition.
Still kind of seen that way now, too. But we're making some progress in that area.
Oh, okay. Snake oil, what?
You get to start this one. We're talking about this Showtime. It's showtime. Sorry.
That was
Caffeine kicked
disturbing.
in.
I am scared now.
Caffeine kicked in. Go ahead.
I'm scared now, but I want to see the show.
Mm.
Where's the
And
show?
it's gone.
Snake oil wasn't just medicine, it was entertainment.
Traveling medicine shows combined music, comedy, and pseudoscience. And it reminds me of the Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman episode where they did that. And she was not happy with all this tomfoolery. Go ahead. It's a good show. Leave me alone.
Primary newspaper ads describe jugglers, magicians, and fake native healers. These shows often feature people posing as doctors without medical training, our government.
Talk about appropriation, though, too. Snake oil itself.
Yeah, but at that point in time, who cared?
Right. At that point in time, we care now.
I'm sure some people did at that point in time, too.
Yes. Snake oil itself, often advertised as coming from Chinese railroad workers, rarely contained any snake oil at all, as mentioned earlier.
And the racial angle matters.
These shows...
And this is not an acute angle.
Did I type the wrong? Oh, yeah, okay.
I was making an angled joke.
Yes, you were. You were. These shows exploited stereotypes while stealing legitimacy from indigenous and immigrant traditions. Appropriations. Yes. Badly done. Continue.
Am I allowed to speak now?
No. Yes.
Well, I'm waiting for my entertainment still.
Am I not entertaining?
Not at the moment.
Well,
it's those socks. That's what screwed it up.
My white socks?
Yes.
Okay.
They need to be black because you're wearing black shoes.
I know. Sure.
Historian James Harvey Young documents cases where the same doctor used multiple aliases across states.
Because there was no national tracking system at the time. No regulation meant no accountability.
There were also no laws requiring ingredients lists in the 1800s as there are today. Companies didn't have to prove their products worked or were safe.
Labels could promise to cure cancer, tuberculosis, epilepsy, or infertility.
But there was no legal penalty if those claims were false.
And they often were. Now let's get to the section where we talk about women.
Ew. Girls suck.
Dan is still trapped in, a 12-year-old boy's body? I mean, mind? Do we have cooties? I don't know. In the 19th century, being a woman was often treated as a medical condition by itself.
Stop being hysterical.
Exactly.
Doctors openly describe women as biologically unstable, physically, emotionally, and intellectually.
I'll show you unstable. Right. Medical journals routinely claim that menstruation, pregnancy, and menopause made women irrational. And can we just note the fact that 2 out of 3 of those start with the word men?
That wasn't fringe thinking. It was mainstream medicine.
Quote-unquote medicine. One of the most common diagnoses was hysteria, a catch-all term for anxiety, sadness, anger, fatigue, or independence.
I used my excessive medical knowledge to diagnose my co-host today. and I prescribed her a cure, but I got smacked for it. If a woman spoke too much, cried too often, or challenged authority, it could be labeled a medical disorder.
The diagnosis, of course, had no scientific basis, but it justified treatment and, more importantly, control.
And those treatments were often invasive, humiliating, or dangerous.
Patent medicine companies aggressively targeted women as customers.
Advertisements promised to cure female weakness, nervous exhaustion, and wandering womb.
Better get back your womb. Actually, no, you can go far away. I'm done with you. Many of these products claim to regulate menstruation or restore proper womanly behavior.
Can you give me a list of what that is?
Being silent and serving the man folk of the house.
So that's what happened?
I don't know. What?
Primary ads explicitly warned that untreated women would become infertile, insane, or socially disruptive, or all of the above.
We should always be socially disruptive, ladies. Chemical analysis.
Especially when you say you're going to do something and then you don't.
Now I'm confused. I feel like there's... Anyways.
I was supposed to do
Oh, yeah. Chemical analysis later showed that many female tonics mainly were alcohol.
Specifically, wine.
That's not your line.
Some contained opium or morphine.
Which meant women felt calmer, less anxious, less reactive.
Because they were sedated.
Yes. These medicines didn't empower women, they subdued them.
They reduced pain, but also reduced agency.
Women were told they were sick for wanting an education, autonomy, or sexual independence. I want all three. So I guess I'm sick.
Oh, boy.
Well, I do have an education. And autonomy, because I live in Pennsylvania.
Okay, so that's 2 out of the 3?
And sexual independence, I just assume means that we get to choose what partners we have. So, yeah.
Animal, vegetable, or mineral?
Let's just stick with human. It's not one of my smut books here. Oh my God, have fun editing this one.
Sorry, fairies, you're left out.
Oh.
And the cure was compliance, sold in a bottle.
Women's testimony about their own bodies was routinely dismissed and still is today. But more so then.
You just need to go lose weight. That's the problem.
Every single time. Yeah. Yep.
That's the doctor again.
Automatically.
I spoke again.
He doesn't want to die today. He's not saying, I need to lose weight.
That's why I gave her the sugar-free Red Bull. Doctors trusted charts and theories more than patients.
If a treatment failed, the blame, of course, fell on the women, not the medicine. No, never.
Nope. Mm-hmm. She was labeled complex, unstable, or non-compliant.
I'm going to get a t-shirt that says non-compliant on it, and I'm wearing it every day. Women could be institutionalized for refusing treatment or questioning it.
Asylums were filled with women diagnosed with grief, postpartum depression, or dissatisfaction with marriage.
Medical records.
What was that laugh for?
That might seem like a vacation if it was that bad of a marriage, but not during that time period. Those asylums are not. Okay. Medical records describe these women as incurable without examining social causes.
Is this when they get lobotomies?
No, this is a little before that. But
Oh, okay. Oh. This wasn't science. It was social enforcement with medical language.
Fake science also policed women's sexuality.
Masturbation, desire, or lack of interest in men were framed. What's so funny?
Just that you got to say this line.
Were framed as pathological.
Medical texts warned that sexual excess would destroy women's minds.
While men's behavior was framed as natural or inevitable.
It's the double standard. It's still around, but not maybe as overt. Women didn't passively accept this, of course.
Some began documenting their experience in letters and diaries.
Early women physicians openly criticized the male-dominated medical theory.
But they were dismissed as emotional or biased, ironically proving the point.
Yeah. This history matters because it shaped how women are viewed in terms of medicine today.
Distrust didn't come from nowhere.
When medicine has been used to control your body,
you learn to be skeptical, sometimes at high cost.
Modern wellness culture still targets women disproportionately. The whole, lose weight
comment
thing is still relevant in today's world for women.
That's why I said that with my doctor knowledge.
He's not a doctor. Don't listen to him.
I'm qualified enough to be the head of the department. Detoxes, hormone resets, fertility hacks, same fears, new language.
The promise is still control over an unruly body.
And the risk is still misinformation.
Fake science didn't affect all Americans equally. We just spoke about the women, but also other populations. Sorry.
Because access to legitimate medical care was never equal.
In the 18th and 19th centuries, Black Americans were often excluded from hospitals, medical schools, and licensed care.
That gap created an opportunity for exploitation.
Enslaved people were routinely used in medical experimentation without consent.
Doctors recorded results in journals while denying their subjects autonomy.
These experiments were justified using pseudoscientific beliefs about racial differences.
False claims that Black people felt less pain appear repeatedly in medical literature.
False. That's the key word in that sentence. After the Civil War, newly freed Black communities faced a medical system that essentially shut them out.
Patent medicine companies aggressively targeted these communities.
Advertisements promised cures where legitimate doctors were inaccessible or hostile.
And many of those products were worthless or harmful.
This history also explains something important.
Mistrust of medical institutions didn't come from rumor.
It came from lived experience. Historically. Throughout our history, especially in the United States.
When medicine has harmed you, skepticism is rational.
Fake science has also helped justify racial hierarchy in the past.
Phrenology and craniometry claimed to measure intelligence through skull shape.
These ideas were taught as legitimate science.
It was used to defend segregation, enslavement, and discrimination. Also
used in the criminal justice field.
Which you're an expert on for when you dispose of me.
No comment. The damage wasn't just physical, it was generational.
Medical trauma doesn't disappear when laws change.
It shapes how communities respond to healthcare today.
And bad actors still exploit that mistrust.
Fake science doesn't just spread through ignorance.
It spreads through inequality.
And when people are denied care,
they're more vulnerable to fraud.
Took a while there.
Okay.
Eugenics is one of the most dangerous forms of fake science because it didn't look fake.
It came with charts, statistics, university backing, and government approval.
It claimed to be objective, scientific, and rational.
And that makes it harder to challenge.
Eugenics argued that traits like intelligence, morality, poverty, criminality, and disability were inherited, which some are. I mean, disability could be passed down depending on the disability. Mm-hmm.
But then again, couldn't morality be as well?
That would be learned, though. Not necessarily a biological trait. You could learn morality from your parents, absolutely, 100%. But it's not something that you're born with. You're not born good or bad. It's a mix of nature versus nurture on that one, on those.
Oh, stay tuned for that episode. Not influenced by environment, caused by bloodlines.
This was presented as biological fact.
Even though there was no credible genetic evidence.
Eugenics, again, it wasn't a fringe thing. It was mainstream.
It was taught at elite universities and promoted by respected scientists.
Public health officials, lawmakers, and judges endorsed it, including Lindbergh. He's not a judge, but the airman Lindbergh. Charles Lindbergh. I don't know why I just thought of that, but yeah.
So that's what happened to the Lindbergh baby.
That is one of the theories, actually. I know, and that's why I'm agreeing with you. Jeez.
It appeared in textbooks and public lectures.
By the early 20th century, eugenics shaped American law.
More than 30 states passed forced sterilization laws.
People labeled feeble-minded, unfit, or degenerate could be sterilized without consent.
This includes people with disabilities, mental illness, epilepsy, and often people who were simply poor.
Or had the wrong skin color. In 1927, the U.S. Supreme Court upheld forced sterilization.
The ruling declared it constitutional in the name of public health.
The opinion included the chilling phrase, 3 generations of imbeciles are enough.
That sentence came from the highest court of the country, and not this year.
Eugenics was never equally applied, of course.
It disproportionately targeted immigrants, Black Americans, Indigenous people, and people with low incomes.
Medical files show vague diagnoses to justify sterilization.
Being poor, unmarried, and socially undesirable could be enough.
Women, especially, were vulnerable.
Sterilization was often framed as the protection of society and of future children.
In reality, it stripped women of bodily autonomy.
Many were sterilized during unrelated medical procedures without informed consent.
Or even knowledge that it happened. And then couldn't figure out why they couldn't get pregnant later.
What?
Eugenics failed scientifically on multiple levels.
It misunderstood heredity, ignored environmental factors, and cherry-picked data.
Traits like poverty or criminality were treated as genetic destiny.
Fancy.
Hmm.
When social conditions clearly shaped them.
Eugenics claimed to be neutral, but definitely reflected cultural prejudice.
It turned bias into data.
And labeled discrimination as science.
That's what made it so effective.
Tens of thousands of Americans were forcibly sterilized.
Families were permanently altered.
Trust in medical institutions again was shattered more.
And the harm didn't end when eugenics fell out of favor.
American eugenics influenced policies abroad across the world.
Nazi officials explicitly cited U.S. sterilization laws as models.
They did. This is a documented historical fact.
And it should make us profoundly uncomfortable.
It does. Eugenics didn't collapse because of a single discovery.
It unraveled slowly as genetics advanced and its assumptions failed.
But many laws stayed on the books for decades.
Some victims were sterilized as late as the 1970s.
It's really not that long ago, guys. Eugenics teaches us that fake science doesn't always look foolish.
Sometimes it looks official.
It warns us that credentials don't guarantee truth.
And that science without ethics becomes a weapon.
Key point, ethics. We need those. Snake oil sold false hope.
Eugenics enforced false certainty.
Both caused real harm.
And both remind us why skepticism matters.
Let's flip it, though.
Some real science sounded unbelievable.
Antiseptic surgery, vaccines, x-rays, for example.
People accused doctors of poisoning patients with chemicals.
Anti-vaccine pamphlets from the 1800s. Oh, that sounds familiar. Mirror modern rhetoric almost word for word.
Primary sources shows fears of bodily contamination and government overreach.
History doesn't repeat, but as it absolutely positively rhymes.
That didn't rhyme.
I don't care. Let's talk about the placebo effect. The placebo effect doesn't mean people are imagining symptoms.
It means the brain can influence how the body experiences pain, stress, and discomfort.
Belief can change perception, but not underlying disease.
Placebos can reduce pain, nausea, and anxiety.
But they can't kill bacteria, shrink tumors, or repair organs.
Yet. When people feel better temporarily, it can look like proof.
But relief isn't the same as recovery. Snake oil thrived because it delivered short-term relief.
Alcohol numbed pain, opiates calmed nerves.
And the placebo effect amplified those sensations.
This made testimonials sound genuine.
And some people giving those might have actually really believed them. Personal stories, which is why testimonies are so powerful. Personal stories feel more trustworthy than statistics, and we still see those in medical advertisement today.
Along with disclaimers saying they might kill you.
Right.
But they don't account for coincidence, natural recovery, or misdiagnosis.
Someone getting better doesn't necessarily prove a treatment works.
It proves time passed.
There's a difference between comfort and deception.
Placebos become unethical when they replace effective treatment.
Especially for serious illnesses.
Especially when money is involved.
That too. Modern wellness products still lean heavily on placebo effects.
They promise feelings, energy, balance, clarity.
Those sensations can be real.
But the claims often aren't.
Placebos show us something important.
The mind matters.
But pretending belief is medicine
is where fake science becomes dangerous.
Yes. Modern wellness culture didn't invent anything.
It rebranded it.
Detoxing mirrors the 19th century purging, the bloodletting, and purging. Yeah, and the bloodletting. Kind of similar.
Yeah. The leeches. Natural cures echo pre-regulation medicine.
Holistic. That's a big thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And distrust of doctors is often fueled by historical trauma.
Which bad actors exploit.
Mm-hmm. Mockery can feel satisfying when you're making fun. You want to make fun of these people that are doctors and anti-vaccines and anti-science, right? But it doesn't really work.
That's because it's hopeless. See eugenics section. When people feel ridiculed, they don't reconsider.
They dig in. They become stubborn, and they will die on that hill.
Because belief isn't just about facts, it's about identity.
Fake science spreads fastest when people feel dismissed or ignored.
When institutions talk to people instead of with them.
History shows this pattern again and again.
When medicine ignored patients, patients turn elsewhere.
Education isn't about telling people what to think.
It's about giving them tools.
How to ask better questions.
How to recognize red flags.
It's not indoctrination. Scientific literacy doesn't mean memorizing facts.
It means understanding how evidence works.
How studies are tested, challenged, and revised.
And why uncertainty isn't weakness, it's honesty.
People accept science because they hate facts.
They reject institutions they don't trust.
And trust is built through transparency that we don't often get.
Through listening.
This is where education matters most.
Schools, libraries, museums, podcasts.
Like ours. Spaces where questions are allowed.
Except you don't ask us questions to answer.
You can whenever you want to, though.
And I will answer them. You don't want Renee to.
You can specify who you want to answer.
But I do the editing.
I do the writing mostly.
You can tell by how much Renee laughs if she wrote it or if I did. And where mistakes are part of learning.
History gives us context. Context is very important. History gives us context without shame.
Shows some people being wrong.
And systems that are failing.
And makes skepticism safer.
Correcting misinformation works best when it's patient.
When it comes to fear without validating falsehood.
You don't start with, "You're wrong." Oops, I've done that.
I know, I've seen the TikTok videos. You like offending people.
I do not. Just bots. Carry on.
You start, why does this make sense to you?
There's no instant fix for misinformation, unfortunately.
Just like there's no instant fix for snake oil.
Regulation helped a little.
But education made it last.
When people don't learn how science works,
they become vulnerable to anyone who sounds confident.
And fake science thrives on fake confidence.
Not correctness.
So history doesn't ask us to feel superior.
It asks us to be prepared.
Because the next snake oil salesman
won't look like the last one. Fake science succeeds when people are desperate.
And fails when transparency exists.
The goal isn't blind trust.
It's informed skepticism.
Ask who profits.
Ask what evidence exists.
And remember, real science doesn't promise miracles.
It promises work and hope. Thanks for listening to Time Tellers Podcast on this episode. The Snake Oil Nation, Fake Science, Real Consequences in American History. We hope you enjoyed it. Bye!
I didn't enjoy it.
Okay, well, you're fine.